What's up, guys? It's E from the Easy Entrepreneur YouTube channel. I flip diabetic supplies full time. All right, guys, this video is about how to work with the buyers. Now, I do a little bit of wholesale buying. And the crazy thing is, some of the things that you guys are doing, I can't lie. Some 70% of the way you guys approach the buyers, I have myself too, right? But once I started to do a little bit of wholesale buying from you guys, now I can see why some of the buyers in this industry can be very short with you guys. They don't want to build relationships. They might not want to talk to you. I used to always think that, why was the buyer so short with you? Why they don't build relationships, this, that, and the third. I used to wonder why. Even some of them could be kind of rude. I used to wonder why. Now I know why. You guys, first of all, they hate when you guys contact them when your box drops, right? Your box drops, takes 2, 3, 4 days, gets in the mail, gets there. They hate it when you hit them up at that day. They hate it, right? Sometimes you guys got to remember, if you get an alert from your mail carrier that says the box has gotten there, sometimes it's gotten to that particular mail carrier company. It got there at that postal office. It didn't get to the particular office of that buyer, right? So you may say it got there Monday, but it may not got to the office until Tuesday, right? They don't like when you contact them the day of your box got there. There's some processing that has to go, right? They have to open your box and go through your supplies, make sure everything looks good. And obviously they have other people that send their stuff too. Second, being rude with the buyer, right? You guys, this is one thing I never did. Why? Because if there's about 1,000 of us doing this business, 2,000 of us in this country doing this business, but there's only like 4, 5, 6, 7 buyers, and this business is so great that there's only that many people to sell to. If you can't sell to them, you don't have a business. So you don't want to be rude to them, because you don't want them to be like, listen, I'm not buying from you no more. Then what? Your business will crumble overnight because you can't sell particular supplies to that buyer. He's the only buyer that buys those, and it's because you were so rude and stuff like that. I could see if someone didn't pay you a whole week, 2 weeks, 1 week, but 2 days, 3 days, you didn't hear anything from the buyer. The buyer is working off of good faith. They need you. They don't want to do bad business, but you're sending your supplies in, it'll get paid, right? 2 days, 3 days, 4, it will get paid, right? Don't worry about that, right? It will get paid, be patient. But contacting them and being very rude and stuff like that, they will cut you off, right? And then that's going to mess up your business. Mind you, you never know where the relationship can go. If you were someone who was always polite and patient, you never know where it can go. You can end up getting a contact from them or some game to help you build your business, because they know that you was always polite. They liked how you did business and they want to help you, right? That's why I could do a little bit of wholesaling now, because I've made that contact, because when they spoke to me, they seen how polite I was, how patient I was through everything that I dealt with them, right? 20,000, 30,000 not paid out yet, right? Waiting 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you know what I mean? And still polite, still patient, still understanding, right? And from there, you're building this relationship where they're like, hey, you're not like the average reseller. I like you. I'm going to deal with you. I don't want to deal with no resellers. You know what a wholesale buyer told me? They said, listen, I only deal with like 10 wholesales all across the country. No, 10 resellers. And we're considered resellers, right? They said, I only deal with 10. They said, Eric, because I hate when they contact me when the box drops, right? And I know why, I get it. They're strapped for cash, but it is what it is, right? They just was like, it is what it is. You know what I mean? They're like, listen, at the next level, what they're dealing with, they're like, we're getting paid. They're like, when we buy from you guys, we're getting paid net 5, net 10, net 20, net 30, right? Try having $100,000, $200,000 of supplies not being paid out to you until 30 days later, right? So the next level, they have a specific amount of days they get paid out. On our level, where when we get paid from the wholesale buyer, some of our wholesale buyers have made it to where they're paying you the next day it drops, 2 days it drops. On their end, when they sell it, they're not getting paid out like that. They're getting paid 5, 10, 20, 30 days, right? Some wholesale buyers, the people I'm dealing with, they're like, we don't do that. We're going straight net 5, net 10. That's it. And they said, listen, that's not the being paid when something gets dropped to your office. That's not realistic. They said some of the other people are doing it that way. That's fine, but it's not realistic. That's not how business works. Net 5, net 10, net 20. That's it, right? So that's just how they do it at their level, the higher level. But we're lucky enough to have some wholesale buyers that'll pay you a day later, 2 days later, whatever. But even those wholesale buyers, they're a little, they get annoyed when box drops and you're like, oh, you can pay me. They hate that, right? And then they don't want to build a relationship with you. They'll still build business with you, but they don't want to talk to you. They're just annoyed. They're not going to say anything, And some of them come from different walks of life. Some of them will get nasty with you too. And some of them will be very professional and not say anything. You know what I'm saying? So it depends. But guys, stay professional, stay patient, know that, you'll get paid within the week, and stuff like that. And don't burn no bridges with any of the buyers. Don't burn the bridges. There's only a few of them. And you say the wrong thing, they're not going to deal with you. Then you can't sell anything and your business is done, right? But I don't want this for you people who are new, take in what I said, but don't let that scare you. This business is beautiful. For you guys that are in this business, you guys know what I mean. A majority of you, all of you guys know what I mean. Everybody, every single one of y'all doing this business, y'all know what I mean. But for you people that's new, come in, know you'll get paid within the week. Some people pay day later, day of, 2 days, sometimes. But even those people sometimes might take a couple of days. It just happens like that. Sometimes it just happens. It's life. They're human beings, right? So, you're used to, John the buyer paying the next day, next 2 days when the box drops. And then one day he's a little late, right? 3 days, 4 days. Yeah, contact him. Hey, what's going on? Da da da. But it happens. And it's funny too, because when I have people sell to me, they kind of act like that doesn't happen with any other buyers. And I'm like, come on, I'm selling to those buyers as well too. So I've seen it happen, right? Some of the biggest buyers, sometimes you might not hear from them for like a week. You're like, I sent something over there. Hold on, let me contact them. And they're like, oh, hey, yeah, X, Y, and Z happened. Sorry, let me get that payment to you right now. That's it. You know what I mean? As far as being strapped for cash, guys, this is a business, right? Nobody wants to hear you don't have no money. That's just what it is, right? That's just what it is, right? You're making money in this business. So whatever you're making, you need to be stacking it, right? Nobody wants to hear your excuses. Oh, I need that money to pay this bill, da da da. I mean, you've been in business for a whole year. You know what I mean? You got to do things better. You got to save some of your money. Maybe cut back on some expenses. Maybe take the business a little bit more seriously. You know what I mean? But nobody wants to hear that, right? Because we all have bills and we all have issues, but we all have to sacrifice and we all have to figure out what our priorities are. And because if my money is straight, it's not because I blew up or anything like that. No, there was a lot of different factors. Money. I manage my money correctly, and what coming with managing money means that there's times where you don't go out, you don't spend money on this. Your priorities are in order. Then the other people who probably might be making just as much. Everything that's coming in is going out. It's going out. It's going out. You're not running it like a business. You're not trying to grow. You're just spending everything that you're making. So at the end of the day, I can't feel bad because you got a bill you need to pay. You know what I mean? I can't sympathize with you with that. You know what I mean? Because we all have bills and stuff like that. So just be patient, guys. and be polite and be professional. All right? Peace.